incredibly important in this tournament.
Yeah, it's bizarre. We've seen it quite a bit. People getting rid of these interdictors and destroyers off the field pretty quick because they're used as very effective dampen platforms. Again, the Wrong Alliance, no casualties so far, although one of the Nighthawks has looked like it's taken a really bad beating.
It looks like that Nighthawk could have a smart bomb on it. No, sorry, that was a missile exploding effect.
He does. Yeah, he does. He has EMP smart bombs.
He does have
fitted.
an EMP smart bomb. Okay. The Majesta Empire hitting a very heavily tanked Nighthawk at this point, but really drilling his shields down. He's starting to bleed into armor with the Majesta Empire Scimitar now going down very, very rapidly. Could be a major, major disadvantage for Majesta Empire. We are looking at -1 Nighthawk for the Wrong Alliance, and now -1 Stiletto, so that another tackler off the field.
Yeah, it's could all be going pear-shaped. It's not looking too good. We can see that on the tactical overlay, which has actually just vanished as I started to talk. These two teams came in below the beacon roughly about 50 to 60 kilometers apart, so they've had a fair trek to get to each other to actually get the DPS down. Minotaur ships obviously famed for their immense fall-off, especially with autocannons, fast-firing turrets. But the bulk of Majesta Empire's DPS remain intact despite the loss of all their EW and all their frigate support.
Well, there is still the all-too-critical Hugin still on the field for Majesta Empire. Hopefully he has at least one target painter taking advantage of his bonus. Perhaps they spread that E-Warfare a little bit across their team. Those webs really able to keep the tacklers in place for the Wrong Alliance. It was interesting to note that although the Matara teams would be famed for their speed, the damage put onto the Wrong Alliance at the start was not very heavy. But we're seeing heavily tanked ships like that second Nighthawk for the Wrong Alliance go down in a hurry. It looks like a race to the finish at this point, and I would have called this for Majesta Empire from the beginning because of that initial penalty against them, but it seems that the missile shield tanking ships are maybe able to hang on.
Yeah, and this is actually an awesome use of the Stiletto. We're seeing the Stilettos here actually being used for target painting, which is fairly effective. I mean, they have 4 mids. They're a hell of a little tackler, a really good hook frigate. So yeah, it's good to see that people are thinking outside the box. They're starting to use interceptors for ECM. We've just lost one of the Sleipnirs there.
And I believe that's our FC actually from fighting them up north. I'm pretty sure that's a guy I used to keep my eye on last session. I'm almost positive he will be their team's FC. Without the ability to pod on the field, he should be still on the field able to call targets, but perhaps not able to support his team in any other meaningful way. It appears that the Majesta Empire team is getting damage split between the Hugin and the Sleipnir, but it seems that Fire is now being focused on the Sleipnir, with it wielding some smart bombs. Interestingly enough, those smart bombs don't seem to be affecting the drones around it. The Warrior 2 is either able to hang on quite well, or wow,
they just lost a Drake there as well from the Wrong Alliance.
I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, it's always good to see Drakes die. We can see there as well command ships in use again with smart bombs to clear out drones. It was first used we saw on the first weekend of 88. And it's a really interesting tactic. It's developed over the last couple of weeks, and we're seeing a lot of teams now use that extra utility high on a lot of the command ships, just to field a smart bomb, just to try and scare those drones away, so that they can obviously not have like an EC600 or an EC300, or maybe a logistics drone, an allied logistics drone on top of them.
It looks like Majesta Empire is going to trade a Sleipnir for a Stiletto, perhaps the